Okay, so first of all, I'm coming to you as Sufi, not Sufi teacher, but just Sufi. So often I do these videos, well, pretty much all the time, and I'm always Sufi the teacher. But I thought I've had a lot on my mind lately, so let's start with the top. First one is I just made eggplant parmesan, and I don't think it turned out. I did it over the stove top and it was still not cooked on the inside, so it's baking right now, and I can smell it. Maybe it's salvageable. I don't know. But more on the serious note, I don't know. I've just been having. I think it's because of the weather changes too, and there's just so much going on in the world right now, and I'm noticing, and it's hard to, as an empath, to not feel these things, but to see how everybody, well, I don't want to say everybody, but how so many people in today's day and age are just seeking out conflict and not treating each other with respect or even trying or attempting to be kind. And so much can be done in the world and it doesn't get done because people are just so focused on hurting each other. And it's a bummer, and I've been also dealing with, as a mom, you worry about your children, and my kids are going through some big transitions right now, and there's the worry about that. But I'm also, feeling the loss, even when you have situations where you lose people in your life, but it's not like they're dead, but you've lost them. You still feel this sense of grief, a space that's empty where other people used to be. And sometimes people just grow apart, and that's just the way it is. But I've been dealing with the heaviness and the weight of that, and I know out there's a lot of stuff going on because even people that are close to me in my life are also having issues with people kind of showing their true colors and separations happening, where someone you thought was your friend and then they, were slandering you to other people and you didn't even know, you couldn't even believe it. There's just situations like that happening a lot. And it's just such a bummer, So on top of that, I have all these amazing, beautiful things that are going on in my life. And so every day I wake up and I focus on those things, but it's still hard because you still feel the disappointments that you have in other people and the disappointments that you have, for the way things are. And especially when you try so hard to fix something or to communicate or be available to communicate, and it just isn't possible. And you want to be able to affect change and you can't, because everything's not up to you. Even when you're a healer, you're an empath, your whole life is surrounded by, good, mostly good people and doing good things in the world, but you're always going to have some people, I always say people love me or hate me. And it's pretty much true. It's like I'm a 5-star reviewer or a 1 star for whatever reasons. But right now, it's just there's a lot of heaviness, and this often comes to when, like, there's a change in season, right? Because we're going from summer to fall. There's a lot of transitions that happen, and I'm always seeing the patterns, but it's just hard right now, so I just want to say, it's okay to feel hurt by things. It's okay if you feel low. It doesn't mean that your whole life is, something's going wrong or you're off track. It doesn't. It just means that, we're allowed to have our feelings and to feel sad or feel bad. We can be a good person and still have relationships that end. We can still be a good person even if we're less than perfect. Um, And we just have to really focus on the love in our life and the direction our life is going, because it can be hard sometimes, because people that are saying bad things about you or holding negative thoughts about you, and you're an empath, you're tapping into that, that could be really hard, you know. And I get certain things said through reviews and stuff too. So, not so much trolls, but I've had one troll, which is pretty good as a reviewer. But you have people that say things or give you compliments, and then they take it away with a dig, or um, just say mean things about what you're trying to do in the world when you have such loving intentions. And so you can't control that, but the main thing is just staying focused on what you're trying to do with your life, and to keep going, and to not see anything wrong with you if you're feeling sad or lonely, and to give yourself that time, because I know I've had many times where it's like there's just a lot going on, and sometimes I feel very lonely, or I feel very sad about certain situations, and I just wake up every day, and I feel those things, but then I wake up every day and say, well, yeah, I have the right to feel those things, but my life is about more. And I focus on the love that I have in my life, and where my life is going, and the things that bring me joy, and teaching, and being a global online teacher, teaching healing and cultural studies and fascinating things, and esoteric practices, everything that I teach, that brings me joy. So I stay focused on that. So I wanted you guys to know too that we kind of parallel each other in this world of the things that we're going through. And maybe some of you are listening to this and saying, yeah, I've been feeling some of that too. You're not alone. And that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for listening.